Drawing hair like the ones you see in anime and manga is easy, actually. You just have to keep certain common qualities of hair in your mind and incorporate them into your process. I have talked about said common qualities in part 1. Check it out if you want to. In this part, I'll talk about my recipe and give some examples of how you can study from anime, manga, or even video games to get better at drawing hair. When it comes to my recipe, it doesn't really exist. As in, I don't really have any special guidelines I use for it. I start with drawing the head shape. This is really important actually, since the hair will be sitting on top of it and in many ways follow its form. I may have the tutorial for it out by the time of you watching this. After that, I'll mark certain important details, like the hairline if it's visible, origin point if it's visible, and the segments if they're visible and prominent. And then I sketch the rest of the hair and then draw on top of that. Now, let me get to the examples. Here we have the front part, the middle part, and the back part. Also notice how, since the hair is straight, instead of sticking up as it ends, it just has these triangular partings. We can also see how the hair tie pulls the hair towards itself. We can't see the hair tie, but we can see it's pulling the hair. First, the head shape, then hair sketch with all the things I've mentioned in mind, and then drawing on top of that. The first sketch looked really messy. What you can do is you can sketch the head on a separate layer and then lower the opacity of that as well. In that way it will be maybe more clear. A side view. That dynamic of front, middle and back would be more understandable here. Well, front, middle, and back. Other than that, we have this hair parting and then grouping back. Think about the negative space to draw these. And also the hair being pulled towards the hair tie. A good way to place the middle segment would be to take the ear as a reference point. Front, middle, and back. Other than that, we're seeing the origin line of the hair on the back segment. There's also the hair sticking up. It's not very prominent since this is a 3D model rather than a drawing, but yeah, it's there. Even though I focused on segments a lot, they're not prominent on every single hairstyle, so you shouldn't always be trying to look for them. Sometimes they either won't be there or won't be there this structured. For example, here, the front and the middle segments are sort of joined with each other. We can also see the origin point of the hair on the back. It's a pretty messy hairstyle, so we see all these groups sticking up. There's also the loose strand groups. Again, think about the negative space between the groups rather than the groups themselves. Here, for example, we have only the front part and the back. We also have braids. Think about their main flow first and then draw the individual braids. A hairstyle that looks very complicated at first glance, which it is. But let's try to simplify it. We have the front, the middle, and the back. The back is mostly not visible due to the hairstyle and stuff. On the middle part, there's this extra bang. It's almost as if two hairstyles are on top of each other. It gives this asymmetric look to the hair, which makes it more interesting to look at. My drawing here looked a bit different here. Because, one, the artist who drew this is way better than me, and two, just stylistic differences. Like I structured the head a bit differently and also prefer a bit wider brushes. This is gonna be the case for a lot of the drawings in this video. Again here, there isn't much need to think about or look for segments. Focus on the parting caused by the origin line and how the hair's flow changes when it's in contact with the shoulders. Also the loose hair groups, the negative space. Another example where the origin line of the hair is prominent. There's no need to think about segments, but I guess you can if you want to. It would be only the middle and the back segment. We also need to keep perspective in mind for this example. This time, the back and the middle segments are combined. Also, the hair curves up as it ends. A short hair. Think about the origin point and also the irregularity of the groups. Also, since the head is slightly tilted, there's a little bit of perspective going on as well. Another short hair, same as before. A couple more examples. These are the hairstyles of my OCs actually. They're all pretty simple. You can also create simple hair designs for your own OCs as well, just by thinking about the stuff I've gone over here in part 1. For this one, you just have to think about the hairline and also the hair tie, the origin point and also the hair sticking up, and here just the segmentation. That's gonna be it for this video. I really hope this was helpful. If it was, I would really appreciate if you subscribed. Thank you for watching till the end. Have a nice day.